Okay, for this video, I'm going to be doing it in two parts because I shot the first part in Tampa, Florida, but then due to technical difficulties, I had to wait until I got back up here. So it's going to be in two parts and it will make sense by the end of the video. Welcome back to Kitchen Engineering. Today I'm going to be making another pecan pie, except this time I'm going to be doing a hybrid of the honey and Caro syrup. I figured out that if you do 1/3 honey and the rest of it Caro syrup, you do not need to add any sugar. I had done too much honey, and that's why it tasted too sweet last time. However, this time it should be just right. Best way to reach the proper ratio of honey to Caro syrup is to do 2/3 a cup.
Call a little later.
Best way to reach the ideal ratio for the Caro syrup to honey is to do 1/3 cup of honey to 2/3 a cup of Caro syrup, and for that you need a 1/3 cup container and a 1 cup container. Put the 1/3 of a cup of honey in and then transfer it to the 1 cup and then fill the rest of the way up with Caro syrup. Welcome back, and a quick update. I've changed the name of the channel from Kitchen Engineering to Kitchen Engineering. Too many people were getting confused, and so I decided it'd be simpler just to change everything. Anyway, here we are onto my final pecan pie video because I have figured it out. The experimental hybrid pie that does not need any added sugar, that uses honey as a sweetener. Now, last time I had done this, I accidentally used the entire cup of Caro syrup to be replaced by the honey, and that was way too much sugar. But then I went and did some math, and I figured out that it is the 1 part honey to 2 parts of Caro syrup in order to meet the proper mixture. Also, I have a tripod now, so I'm going to be actually doing the whole process of making the batter and pouring it into the pie crust. If you're ready, we can get started. First, we're going to do the eggs and syrup mixture, which is here. It's 1. No eggshells are in there, and that's what's important. Still no eggshells. Three eggshells. Well, no, not actually eggshells in it, but you know. Here's the eggs. Here's the butter. 1/6 a cup of butter is what's needed. Too much butter can lead to the crust falling apart. And basically you mix that in with the eggs. when making the batter, it's usually better with the butter if you make several pies at a time. That way it's a larger batch and you can have more to work with. I added 2/3 of Caro syrup to this 1 cup container. I'm going to fill up the rest of the way with honey, and then I'm going to pour it into the bowl. Notice how the honey is heavier and is going underneath of the Caro syrup. And that is the reason why you always add the Caro syrup first to any container you're about to put into the batter. That way, because the honey is thicker, it is also stickier, and it will not want to leave the container that it is in. And pour. And now you mix the two together. Turning the bowl is a good method for making sure to get all of the batter mixed. Next is the 1 cup of chopped pecans. Forgot to get this out. There we go. And that's 1 cup of chopped pecans to be mixed. Now the thing that some people forget, that you shouldn't forget, is the 1 tablespoon of vanilla. Let's mix it one more time. And now that it's mixed up, all we got to do is pour into the crust before we bake it. Let me put this up first. As you can see, this is all unrehearsed. So there's the pie. Here's the pour. Also, you want to use a rubber spatula to get as much of the batter out as you can. And then now you just preheat the oven to 325 degrees. You're ready to cook it for 50 minutes. Also, one more announcement. I had started this video down in Tampa, but I had to cut it short because of technical difficulties, and so I made sure to do the entire video up here as well, so you'll see an added amount of video added to this, to the beginning of this video, and it'll seem incomplete until you get to this point. And then I'm going to be starting to cook it in just a minute, and we'll see how it turns out. I will be adding a picture at the end of the pies that I cooked down in Tampa as well as up here. One quick correction is that it's 350 degrees for 50 minutes. See you again in 50 minutes. I just pulled it out, and after a few minutes it will resettle. It just tends to rise a bit whenever it's fresh from the oven, and it will resettle and look gorgeous. I'll take a picture and add it at the very end of the video.